Hello everyone, today I am here with a review of The Empress Chronicles by Suzy Vitello. So I'm a part of a blog tour for The Empress Chronicles, and a lot of the other stops have other reviews and excerpts and things like that, so if you're interested in seeing some of those excerpts or hearing a little more about the book, I'll leave some links down below. The Empress Chronicles has two main storylines, the first of which is from Liz's point of view. She's living in the present day and she has OCD, and things get a little crazy when she's sent to live with her father on a farm. On the other hand, 150 years in the past, we have Elizabeth of Bavaria. She's trying to deal with a lot of craziness and tension that's happening within her family, alongside some inner struggles as she's growing up and learning about love and adolescence. But there's also a mysteriously evil force in the mix. And these two storylines collide when Liz comes across Elizabeth's diary. Overall, I thought this was a really fun read. There was just something about the writing alongside the mystery of this diary that kept me hooked and wanting to know more. One thing in terms of the story, however, is I kind of wish that some of the things that happened at the end of the book were a little earlier on in the story. In the last quarter, we're introduced to a lot of really new elements and there's a lot of change happening, and then things kind of cut off really abruptly and some things felt a little unjustified. So I kind of wish that those things happened a little earlier on in the book, because I was getting really intrigued by that stage, and then all of a sudden I'm left with an epic cliffhanger. So while the first half of the book is at quite a leisurely pace, there's not a huge amount that's going on, I was still really intrigued because of the two main characters. I loved the characters and their voices. They're both really distinct. Because this book was written from dual perspectives, there was no confusion whatsoever, which is awesome, because getting confused when a story is written from different points of view, it messes things up and it doesn't flow quite as well. But this one really did. So with Liz, as I mentioned, she has OCD, and I think that was represented really well. It was really a part of her character and influenced the things she did and her decisions. It wasn't just some element that was added on to her and then kind of played off. It really was a huge part of her story. And with Elizabeth, or she's also known as Cece, she's just such a free spirit and she's so adventurous, and I think I kind of liked her a little bit more. Just her chapters I found a little bit more engaging, and I really was very interested in what she was doing. But on her side of things, there were a couple of romantic elements that I feel like were a little bit underdeveloped. It didn't bother me too much, however, because I kind of attributed that to the fact that she was going through so much change, transitioning from childhood into a young woman. There's just a lot of emotions going on, and she's like, oh my gosh, I just love this person, even though she hasn't met him before properly. And when she said that she was in love, I just didn't really believe her, and because the start of the story is a little bit slower, I think there could have been a little more development there. But aside from that, and in terms of development, I found that both of the main characters really progressed throughout the story. Liz is kind of struggling to overcome her OCD, and there's a lot of other stuff that's happening in her personal life with her family, and I definitely saw that she was growing more and more confident. And then with Cece, this whole transition from that really carefree young girl into a woman was very interesting. There was definitely a lot of change in what she does and like how she expresses herself and how she feels. Definitely some humorous moments as well. Some a little cringeworthy, but it was definitely entertaining. So as a whole, I think this first book probably could have benefited from being a little longer or not ending quite so abruptly. But even still, it was very fun and engaging, and it's left me wanting more. I'm not sure if that's entirely a good thing. Just with some of the changes that were happening and things being cut off the way they were, I just didn't feel quite satisfied. So overall, I gave The Empress Chronicles 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'm really excited to read more of these books, and I hope that they come soon because I need to know what happens next. There was just so much that it was building up to, and then I want to know how it continues. I just can't really guess what's going to happen. So that's got me excited. Like I mentioned, I've left some links below in the description to some other pages if you're interested in hearing some other people's thoughts about it or reading some excerpts to see if you like it at all. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below, and that's all. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!